today's video, we are going to cover a review of factoring polynomials. After studying this section, you'll be able to factor polynomials using different methods. So our first method is factoring out the GCF, or greatest common factor. So when I factor out a greatest common factor, I want to look at both my coefficients and my variables to see if each of the terms has the same values that I can take out. So, looking at example 1, I have 5x squared plus 15x. So if I look at my coefficients first, I have 5 and 15. I know 5 and 15 both share a 5 that I could take out. Now if I look at my variables, I have x squared and x. Here, I can take out an x. So if I take out a 5x from each term, I divide each term by 5x. So 5x squared divided by 5x would just be a single x. And 15x divided by 5x would be 3. So if I factored 5x squared plus 15x, it would become 5x parentheses x plus 3. Now looking at my next method, difference of two squares, notice in example 3 I have x squared minus 49. So I don't have that middle term, that bx. Remember, every quadratic is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So notice in these two examples, I don't have this bx term. So when I have a difference of two squares, and again, it's called squares because each term is a perfect square. So if I look at x squared, that's a perfect square. And if I look at 49, that's also a perfect square. That's going to give me two binomials where one binomial is plus in the middle and one binomial is subtraction in the middle. So if I want to factor this, I just take the square root of each of my terms. So the square root of x squared would be x. So x is going to be my first term. And then the square root of 49 is 7. So 7 is my second term. So I have x plus 7 parentheses x minus 7. Notice if I were to actually multiply this out, x times x would give me x squared. X times negative 7 would be negative 7x. 7 times x would be plus 7x. And 7 times negative 7 is negative 49. So notice negative 7x plus 7x, this right here would go to 0x or nothing. So then I would be left with the x squared minus 49, which was my original term. Looking at number 4, 9x squared minus 25. Again, I'll take the perfect square of 9x squared and the perfect square of 25. So I will have 3x minus 5 and 3x plus 5. So my factored form of 9x squared minus 25 is 3x minus 5, 3x plus 5. Looking at my next method, I have perfect square trinomials. So here I have my ax squared term being a perfect square and my c term being a perfect square. So now what I will have is a binomial squared. So again, I'll take the square root of 9x squared and the square root of 4. So the square root of 9x squared is 3x and the square root of 4 is 2. Now for my middle operation, it's either addition or subtraction. That depends on what my middle original term is. This is subtraction, so my middle term will be subtraction. So 3x minus 2 squared is my factored form of 9x squared minus 12x plus 4. So 2x plus 9 squared is my factored form of 4x squared plus 36x plus 81. Looking at another method, I have quadratic trinomials, x squared plus bx plus c. We call this the sum and product method. So looking at number 7, I have x squared plus 7x plus 10. When I want to factor these, I want to see what multiplies to my c value and what adds to my b value. Now, if I want to know what multiplies to 10 and adds to 7, I can look at my different factors of 10. So if I list my factors here, I have 1, I have 10. 1 plus 10 does not make 7. 1 minus 10 does not make 7. I have 2 and 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 plus 5 is 7. So my two factors are 2 and 5. So now I'll have x plus 2 and x plus 5 as my factored form of x squared plus 7x plus 10. X squared minus 2x minus 8 in factored form would be x minus 4 and x plus 2. Again, my 4 is negative because my bx term is negative. So my factors, the biggest factor has to be negative. In my last method, I have quadratic trinomials ax squared plus bx plus c. We call this the slip and slide method. So looking at number 9, 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. So what I'm going to do is slip my a term and multiply it with my c term to give me a new trinomial of x squared minus 5x plus 4. Now I'm going to use the method that we just talked about, the sum and product method. So I want to know what multiplies to 4 and adds to negative 5. Here I'd have x minus 4 and x minus 1. Now I'm going to divide each of my constants by the number that I slipped. So I'll divide negative 4 by 2 and negative 1 by 2. If it's divisible, then I will carry out that division. So notice 4 divided by 2 is 2, so this will become x minus 2. Notice 1 is not divisible by 2, so I need to slide the 2 in front of the x. So this will become 2x minus 1. So my factored form of 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 is x minus 2, parentheses 2x minus 1. Looking at that method again in number 10, I have 3x squared minus 7x minus 6. So again, I'm going to slip my 3 to my 6 and multiply those together. So x squared minus 7x minus 18. Now I want to know what multiplies to negative 18 and adds to negative 7. I know that x minus 9 and x plus 2 multiplies to negative 18 and adds to negative 7. Now I'm going to divide by what I slipped, which was 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, so my first factor is x minus 3. 2 is not divisible by 3, so I'm going to slide it in front of my variable, which would give me a factor of 3x plus 2. So my factored form of 3x squared minus 7x minus 6 is x minus 3 and 3x plus 2. Notice as well, since this is multiplication, the order does not matter. I could have also written this as 3x plus 2 and x minus 3. They will both multiply back out to 3x squared minus 7x minus 6. In this lesson we learned to factor polynomials we can use the following methods: greatest common factor, difference of two squares, perfect square trinomials, sum and product, and slip and slide. That's a wrap on this video. We'll see you in the next one.